So I'm just watching. I think it's Christian Cornell, daughter of Chris Cornell. Chris, with Soundgarden, was one of my favorite bands before Nirvana even existed. I guess I'm not even sure. In America, they probably did, but for me, Soundgarden was amazing. I remember Rusted Cage and fuck, what was it? Arms Wide Open. No, Jesus Christ Pose. That's it. Jesus Christ Pose was. I was in a band at the time, and we were just starting up, and so to train my vocals, I would put the stereo as loud as it would go, and this is Auckland before, right across from where Sylvia Park is right now. I used to live there for about a year, flatting with my uncle, and there's Mount Wellington, Sylvia Park, Auckland. So yeah, we're in the middle of, like, there was apartments on the side, there was houses on the side. We're stuck in our house in there, and I would turn on like I said, the songs the loudest I could, and my favorite songs, and just sing as loud as I could along with them. Just train my fucking vocals as loud as I could, and I don't know. I just felt that the song Jesus Christ Pose and the Rusty Cage. There's something about those two songs. There's this in Rusty Cage, right, and in there's this. I think that's how it goes. I could be wrong. It's been a while, and I just was listening a bit of it. But my God, that bridge, the space, that whatever the fuck they call it, I can't remember. My brain's fried. Too many concussions. So it was like, it's that little bridge, that little space in between. I'm like, this is the best piece of music ever, just in the middle of the thing. And I thought, oh man, that I would lose myself in Rusty Cage, and I would just, there's moments I'm like, I have an amazing memory when it comes to music. Music as a teen, as an adult, for the last, I guess, about 32 years, has played an amazing part of my life. I don't think I've had more of an influence apart from comic books as music has in my life. I think they go hand in hand. And so when I started Malfunction, when I started working on the radio station, and I took on the name of DJ Malfunction, and then I took on the name of Malfunction as for everything I do in art. From this to comic books, Well, that's not my comic book, but I'm pointing there because it's a comic book, right? But yeah, so from digital art to ceramics and sculptures, raku, whatever. It's just, it played a huge part of me, and I get in trouble with my parents, or especially my dad, and he's a music lover from way fucking back. He's 79 now, he'll be 80 this year, and most of my music love for Western music, because I came to New Zealand when I was 7 years old, so English music means more to me than any other music in the world, and because I love words. I'm a writer. I write comics, create comics, characters, and all that. So words mean more to me. Words mean as much to me, I should say, as the music, because they go hand in hand. But what I mean is, like, there are bands out there that make shitty fucking useless fucking words that you cannot hear in music, right? That they have all these beautiful words, but you can't hear it. And I'm like, I will never listen to you, no matter how great your music is, because I can't hear what you're saying. You know, even with death metal, I could hear what they were saying. You know, but then now it's like people are trying hard not to be heard, and I find that difficult. But that's me rambling. I'm sorry, guys. You're welcome to your opinion. This is my opinion. You know, but I just think that music is important. You should be able to hear the fucking lyrics, and you know, I know some people will get pissed off at me about that, but it's hand in hand, man. We gotta, as human beings, we're communicating. See, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. When I was showing my dad my artwork, right, one of the finished pieces, which is, well, finished before it gets started. Man, it's light now. That's dry. So this is called Northland. All right. This is about my growing up in Northland and rugby and how it plays a lot of part in our culture here in New Zealand and especially in Northland. And I grew up playing rugby. People, you know, skinny little kid like me, you know, but I love rugby. Sorry, I love rugby league. I grew up playing rugby. I never got to actually play against other people because by the time I started playing against, I was able to play against other people. I got pulled out of school from Catholic boarding school. So I was a great winger. I reckon I was a fucking awesome winger because I was on the wing and I could run like fucking hell. Anyway, so sorry for the swearing, but yeah, so. My dad, I was showing this to my dad, and he goes, well, you know, what is it called? You got to have a meaning behind that. And I was like, usually a lot of times I call it untitled. See, this is what it comes to, right? I know artists, we don't like to explain our work. And then I find it like, if I call this work untitled, it have no meaning at all. No matter how much meaning I put on it, how much meaning I think about it, it'll have no meaning if I call it untitled. And my dad goes to me, 79 years old, he goes to me, what, you know, you got to have meaning to it. You got to have, you know, it's got to be titled. It's got to have something. I said, yeah, it's called Northland. And then I really thought about that. Because I was going to call, you know, I know what this is about. This is about New Zealand. This one here, the second piece that I'm doing. There's going to be 12 of them. The second piece I'm doing. Right? So, and this is called Northland. And I was thinking about it, and I was thinking, it's just music and art are communication. You got to be able to have a title to it, even if you don't want people. Even if you want people to think for themselves, and that's what we want people to think. And I think when you explain everything, it's bullshit. As an artist, you shouldn't have to explain your work. You should just say, "This is what this is." Title it, whatever the fuck it is. This is joy. Then you let the people go make up their own decision on it. That's cool. But when you go untitled, it's like, you're making me do every piece of the work. You're not even going to try to tell me what it's about. And that's what music, all genres of music, that you can't hear the lyrics to, is like that. It's like untitled. What's the song called? What's it about? Please, people. I know I'm an asshole. I don't mind being an asshole. I don't mind being an idiot. I just think that people should, if you're proud of your work, and if you want people to be part of your work, let us hear it. Let us hear the words you're saying. Let us hear what you're communicating. Because when you're live, you got to be heard, man. Art is about communication. That's the first thing my tutors taught me. I know my Chris Carey, one of my sculpture tutors, ceramic sculpture tutors, he said, art is about communication. You gotta communicate. People have to be able to hear and know what you're saying. You gotta be able to explain to them what you're trying to convey. So yeah. God, I miss Chris and his voice. My friends and I used to argue back in the 90s over art students. And he's a great artist now. We used to argue over, you know, what would happen. I mean, we would think like if Mariah Carey and Chris Cornell had a baby. I know it's a silly thing, but he didn't have babies at the time. And if they had a baby, that'd be the greatest thing in the world. So I'm looking at I hope I got that name right, Christian Cornell. And she's doing Rusty Cage, and I'm thinking, yeah, she has this voice. Man, I hope she just fucking becomes the next big singer for metal, for our genre, for whatever. You know, there was music before everybody, but there was fucking Primus, fucking, you know, Queensryche, fucking Iron Maiden, Soundgarden, Alice in fucking Chains. You know, all influential bands in my life with amazing singers and musicians. So please, stop fucking mumbling your words and stop screaming your words out so we can't hear them. Especially, I'm so glad now that thrash metal is back. I must say, I am so excited that thrash metal bands are back, because then you can, because they were like, thrash metal bands are awesome, and speed metal as well. You could hear the lyrics. Don't make excuses for, you know, don't say, oh, we're this kind of band, and that's why you can't hear the lyrics. That's why we do this. Come on, man. I'm old. I'm allowed to whine, right? But I also appreciate fucking all genres of music that's in metal. All genres of metal music. I appreciate it all. I've been listening to this shit for about 32 years. Come on. Let us hear the words. Be clear, be precise. Communicate that shit.